for the visiting Washington Wizards. At small forward, Denny Avdia. At point guard, Monte Morris. At the forward position, Kyle Kuzma. At center, Kristaps Porzingis. At the other guard, Bradley Beal. The head coach of the visiting team is Wes Unseld Jr. And now, the starting lineup for the Boston Celtics. At forward, 6'6", number 12, Grant Williams. At the center position, at 6'9", number 42, Al Horford. At guard, number 36, Marcus Smart. At guard, 6'6", number 7, Jaylen Brown. At forward, number 0, Jason Tatum.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. We'll watch the Washington Wizards as they go up against the Boston Celtics here in Boston, along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. This is Brian Anderson. Hey, Allie.
Well, guys, in today's NBA, superstars often change teams. Commissioner Silver said, quote, used to be when someone said Larry, you'd say Boston. Magic, you'd say LA. Jordan, Chicago, but that was a different time. Now some worried about the change, but with trades bringing publicity, he said, I think we've all changed our view. Brian?
Thanks, Allie. Taking a look at some numbers here for Jaylen Brown.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
So a look at our starters for the Wizards. Morris and Beal are the backcourt pair. Avdia and Kuzma, they make up the forwards. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Boston, Tatum and Williams are your small and power forwards. Smart and Brown, a great defensive backcourt. And it's Horford in at the center position. But Grant, you look at the Celtics and their defense. Not a surprise, it's at the heart of this team.
No question. I mean, you have 3+ defenders on the perimeter. Their big men can switch on the guards and protect the rim, too. Top to bottom, they can match up well with any team.
Beal against Brown. Outside Porzingis. That one's in there on the nice assist from Beal.
And Beal continues to be that guy where he opens your eyes with his playmaking.
Now Tatum, outside Brown. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. And it's 6'9", Denny Avdia, with great size for a wing, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. And you combine that with his motor, too. I mean, he's already an excellent defender with the versatility to cover inside and out.
That free throw misses. For the Wizards, trading Russell Westbrook to the Lakers was a great move, Brent.
Well, it's an idea about trying to go a different direction and cleared a ton of cap space. They got a lot of depth. They got first-round picks out of that. So the best part of the deal really might be Kyle Kuzma and what's developing here with him and his game. We saw him find his form, and he looks like a keeper.
Good on the second one. And with every new NBA season, Grant, it's always fun to see which players have a breakout year.
NBA, it seems like guys always have breakout years. Usually we see it with the younger players, but sometimes it's with guys who've been in the league and are now in new situations. Last year, we saw breakout seasons for Darius Garland, Jordan Poole, and Tyrese Maxey, just to name a few.
Now here's Beal. He had 25 points in his last game. And that one no good to start off the night. Brown against Beal. Tatum passes to Brown. Shoots over Beal. And too long on the shot. Washington has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. To the paint. Porzingis. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
I don't know who's going to get up for that as Porzingis skies for the dunk.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Beal outside. Outside Porzingis. Back to Morris. Nice dish, and the layup goes down.
There's a feel that Porzingis has to the game, and the more comfortable he is in these kind of settings, he'll rack up some assists.
Outside Tatum. Horford for three. Rebound Washington.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Porzingis passes to Morris. A minute 35 left in the first quarter of the game. 6 to shoot. And stolen by Williams. Brown against Beal. Pass to Smart. To stop the drought. Ooh, good work defensively by Morris. The Wizards have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Here's Avdia. Morris left side. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Monte Morris is a nice second point guard to have on the roster. A very good scorer who contributes in a lot of other ways.
And with Monte Morris, he's been steady throughout his career.
Well, I'll tell you what, Washington did a good job picking up a stud like this. He shoots a high percentage. He takes care of the ball. He's someone that the coach is going to give a lot of responsibility to, and this team has needed a player like this for the past couple seasons.
And the first one at the line is good. And some changes here for the Celtics. Griffin, he's checked in for Williams. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for Jaylen Brown. And it's White in for Smart. A big group substitution here for Washington. Gafford, he's checked in for Porzingis. Hachimura comes in for Kuzma. Barton, he's checked in for Avdia. And it's Davis in for Bradley Beal. No good on the second free throw.
And you have to think that one advantage this Celtics team has is a deep roster. Lots of quality guys they can assemble different ways. They're pretty adaptable.
Now here's Griffin. Inside. Brogdon, the pass to White. Will it go? And it's finished off by Griffin as he lays it in.
His skill at his size and then converting through contact, such strength from the big man.
Hachimura outside. Back to Morris. To the middle. Misses from close range.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
Pass to Tatum. Horford, a screen on Barton. And so it's the Washington Wizards closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and pressuring shooters. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you think about how the Wizards are doing here?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Boston trailing. Brogdon and Brown are on the wings. Grant Williams out there with Griffin, and it's White in at the point. That's the Boston 5. Now the Wizards in transition. And stolen by Williams. Now the Celtics on the move. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, guys, the Celtics are handing the keys to the two J's, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. There have been growing pains and even some question if the pair could coexist. But Brown said, quote, "The adversity will help us grow. As long as I'm on the same page with him and he's on the same page with me, we're all good." Brian?
Figuring it out, Allie. Thank you. Davis misses. Brown against Gafford. Brown passes to White. Boston, no good that time either.
And for people who didn't know about Derek White before last year's playoffs, they sure know about him now. He played big on the biggest stage.
Now here's Davis. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. Here's Beal. They kick it out to Porzingis. Porzingis with a screen on Brogdon. And here's Barton outside. And another miss by Washington. It's amazing how much energy White brings to the floor, Grant.
You know, B.A., he has a passion for the game. He's tough, and he's very intelligent. He makes great decisions. He has all the tangibles you're looking for.
And it's Brogdon missing. The Wizards have got none of their first 3 shots to fall so far in the second. Beal, the pass to Barton. And there's the screen. Launches a 3. And Beal gets it to go on the assist by Barton.
Well, Beal loves getting a little wiggle room and then great rhythm on that break.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Brown, a screen on Davis. Back to Brown. Out of bounds. It'll be Washington's ball.
Washington ball.
And a chance now to look at the highest scoring shooting guards in the league this season. 4th, Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, the absolute best of the best at the shooting guard position. I mean, they can score the ball and flat out dominate defenses.
Well, these are the assassins of the NBA right there. The players who can turn a game on its head when they start to feel it. They are almost always the primary focus of the opposing defense.
Now here's Beal. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game. Well, as you know, Grant, this game can be so hard on your body. As a player, how do you determine the difference between being hurt versus being injured?
That's a great question, B.A. Look, sometimes as players, you need someone to protect them from themselves. Today's game, the teams today are so smart about protecting players and preventing things from getting worse. But it really comes down to the players, the doctors, the team overall, just being smart and having a big picture about the injuries.
So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Horford, he's checked in for Williams. Tatum comes in for Jaylen Brown. Smart's checked in for Brogdon. And Pritchard is subbed in for White. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First
That'll belong to
personal
Kyle
foul.
Kuzma.
First team
An
foul.
ascending superstar, Tatum has really honed in on what he does best on the offensive end.
The line.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Wizards.
So far, they've been immensely aggressive on the defensive side, denying easy shots, and it's made a difference in the game.
And they've sort of assumed control of this game with their pressure defensively. They've been into the ball handler. They've done a great job of swarming. So they're creating some turnovers that they're capitalizing on.
And that one falls for Tatum.
And guys, talk about silencing the critics. Tatum made first team All-NBA last year and led the Celtics to their first finals appearance in over a decade.
And so Tatum nails both of them. You know, probably the biggest shift for Tatum, his advancement at the defensive end, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. And that's imperative at the small forward position. Think about it. You have guys like LeBron, Kawhi, KD. Now Jason Tatum is in that elite two-way group as well. And you have to put Jimmy Butler in there as well.
And it's good for two. Tatum's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, that's the kind of passing that opens up the eyes to Blake Griffin's overall talent.
And that streaking rack attack is the mobile one drive.
Yeah, I mean, to get a shot like that on a drive, oh, it's those type of plays that will chip away at the lead.
The Celtics have gotten nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. Outside Tatum. Pass to Horford. Griffin outside. Now here's Tatum. And finished by Tatum. Wow!
We don't always get to see this from Tatum, adding the sizzle to the steak.
And how about our AT&T 5G slam cam? Couldn't have captured that play any better. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Morris with it. We saw him with 11 points in his last game. Kuzma outside. Here's the three. And Pritchard pulls it down. Tatum against Kuzma. And Jason Tatum again. Tatum's got his third basket on the night right there.
The execution has been better lately, but do they have enough energy to pull it off?
Well, they've shown both effort and will to get back into this one, but can they finish this one off? Can't let up now.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's the Wizards up by 4. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks so much, Chris Stapps. You guys hold the lead. How do you evaluate your team's play in this first half?
I think we played pretty well. Defensively, we were helping each other. We were there in the right spots. Just the last couple of minutes of this second quarter, we got to let them get to the basket and get in our paint and score easy buckets.
Back to you.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
And we welcome you to halftime as the Boston Celtics are getting everything they can handle so far. So, big fella, tell me, what's the key to grabbing the win in a tight game like this one?
Easy, Ernie. You got to overpower your opponent and hold nothing back. Some folks will say this is do or die time, but I call this something different.
What, barbecue chicken or die time?
Ding, ding, Kenny Smith, you win $1 million.
And moving right along, things are neck and neck for the Washington Wizards right now.
Everything going their way on the offensive end. Their stars are beasting, Shaq. Beasting, and I know you had a couple nights like that yourself.
I was on every night. Ernie, can you believe this guy?
No, I think he makes a very valid point.
No, remember 1995, Shaq?
Yeah, I remember that night.
Kareem Olajuwon.
Oh, okay, Kenny. Yeah, Kenny, you won one series, but you have 2 and I have 4. So there's 2 more than you and 4 more than Ernie. So both of you, shut it up.
Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum. Man, is he getting it done today?
He's been on the attack, playing hard and going right to the rim.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one.
You know, the Wizards really came up short last season on the defensive end. They consistently struggled to get stops, which makes it twice as hard to win games.
Here's who Wes Unseld Jr. is starting in the second half. At the 2 and the 3 are Beal and Avdia. In the middle, it's Porzingis with Kuzma by his side. And it's Morris in at the point. Here's Avdia. Back to Beal. Pass to Avdia. Beal with a screen on Tatum. Outside Porzingis. Just 5 on the clock. Horford with the block.
Swatted by Horford. In terms of defense, Al Horford up there amongst the top.
A nice shot by Brown. Just wonder how the Wizards can remedy their defensive weaknesses from last year.
Well, B.A., mindset is a big part of it. They just need to have better focus on pressuring the ball handlers and making sure shots are getting well contested.
Here's Morris, following the bucket by the Celtics. Pass to Porzingis. No good on the triple. Boston trailing. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. This for the tie. Smart. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
Washington making some changes. Gafford, he's checked in for Kristaps Porzingis. Gill comes in for Kuzma, and it's Barton in for Beal.
Marcus Smart at the line with 1 shot.
And the free throw, no good. Last season, Washington was hot out of the gates. They started 10-3, but things did not end well.
You know, and after that hot start, B.A., a 25-44 ending for the Wizards, failing to make the play-in game as well. Just a disappointing season after the promise Washington showed early.
Now here's Morris. Looking at his numbers, currently he's averaging around 9 points a game.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
Now here's Tatum. Pass to Horford. And here is Williams. Now here's Smart. He's guarded by Barton. And here's Brown for 3. Knocks down the long J. Brown's got 5.
And we have seen Brown take more and more threes recently, becoming very confident in this shot.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Brown against Barton. Back to Morris. To the inside. Can they get it? Barton's shot off the mark.
Whew, I think he wants that one back. I mean, he knows he's capable of better.
We've got 1:28 left in the third quarter. Horford outside. Back to Tatum. Pass to Brown. Now Smart. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Morris. Now Gafford. Gafford with a screen on Horford. Martin, the pass to Gafford. Morris for three. The Wizards with another miss. Boston's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Outside, Brown. And the ball out of play. The Wizards will have it. And some changes here for the Celtics. Malcolm Brogdon's checked in for Williams. And it's White in for Smart. And a change for the Wizards. Davis is checked in. 43 seconds left in the third. Gafford with a screen on White. Davis, the pass to Gafford. On the wing, Barton. Davis against White. This one for three. And they recover it. Kept alive by Washington. A shot to stop the drought. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Personal foul. First team foul. Shooting for Washington, Daniel Gafford. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he drops the first. Both teams deciding to change it up. Both free throws good from Gafford. Here's Tatum. Give him 8. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. Oh, steps back and drains the jumper. Tatum's got 10 points.
I don't think this is a conditioning issue, but they look like they've lost their legs here in the second half.
Here's Beal. And another miss by Washington.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. Celtics out in front, up 3. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Jason Tatum out there with Al Horford. Then there's Peyton Pritchard. Then it's Derek White. And it's Brogdon in at the shooting guard position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
And Bradley Beal getting a huge contract this summer. Now, he committed to being with the Wizards for his prime. And there was some speculation he might leave, but he cemented his time in Washington for many years to come.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
And look at this. This summer, a 5-year extension for Bradley Beal. One of the richest contracts in NBA history. Over $240 million.
And he's good on the second. And he's certainly elite. But does it surprise you that Bradley Beal has one of the biggest contracts in the NBA, Grant?
And that's just how it works. I mean, give it a few years and all the stars will be paid the same. That said, it must be nice. Those are some big checks. And maybe they made some adjustments at the half. I mean, they're finally executing offensively.
Davis, the pass to Beal. Pass to Hachimura. Back to Beal. It's stolen by Brogdon. By himself. And Brogdon with the stuff.
6'10" wingspan of Brogdon. That's a big, big help, especially when he's going after some of those steals.
Davis, the pass to Beal. Lets it go from deep. Drains the triple. Beal's got 4 points in the quarter.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Pass to Tatum. Three-pointer. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth. Showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Now here's Beal. For three. Tatum pulls it in. Here's Pritchard. Outside Tatum. And it's good. Off the back rim and in.
Growing into his role as a franchise player, Tatum with a huge game. It's been so much fun watching him tonight.
And the Wizards call time here.
Oh my, their coach does not look happy, and I can guess why. Their interior defense has been struggling.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
Changes here for the Celtics. Williams is checked in for White. Brown comes in for Brogdon. And Smart subbed in for Pritchard. Avdia, he's checked in for Washington. Morris comes in for Davis. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Wes Unseld Jr. was discussing with his players. He told his team, quote, "We can do this. This is why we put in the work. This is the moment the work pays off." He's coaching them up for a victory.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Boston with the ball. After the basket by Washington. Screen by Horford. Here's Tatum. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
And watch how Tatum navigates the contact. Just one of the many go-to moves for him in the paint.
And Beal launches from deep. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Beal. The Wizards making a switch here. Gafford's checked in.
Daniel Gafford.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Outside Tatum. Kicks it out to Smart from behind the arc. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. And now it's an 11-point Boston lead.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Nothing left to do but to watch the clock tick towards 0. Nice victory here for the Celtics.
Their unbelievable shooting was probably the biggest difference tonight, but they also got stops.
Yeah, great effort on both ends. Now, they worked for good shots, and they were stingy defensively as well. Just really impressive.
This will mark their 13th win of the year. Not a bad number.
And they've had their fingerprints all over this series, winning 2 straight and looking like they have this team's number.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Jason Tatum.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
And he knocks down the first one. And so Tatum nails both of them. 51 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Smart against Morris. Avdia from outside gets the 3-ball to go.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Now here's Tatum. Pass to Brown. Outside Tatum. Clock at 6. Screen by Horford. Tatum passes to Horford. And Horford powers it home.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game. But once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Man, good whistle there.
First personal foul, second team foul. Shooting for Washington, Bradley Beal, taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Bradley Beal has been one of the most consistent scorers in the game year after year. He is an offensive machine.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. There's 10 seconds left to play in the fourth. With the step back. Here's Pritchard. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.
All right, let's send it down to Allie LaForce, who's with our player of the game.
Jason, with you guys being such a young team, how do you continue to improve to reach your potential?
We got to watch film. I mean, we did a lot of good things today. A lot of things we could have done better. And we just got to be focused, composed, play with a lot of poise, and we'll be fine.
Poise normally comes with experience, but because you're so young, you're finding it early. Congrats.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for tuning in. Last but not least, here is your New Balance player of the game, Jason Tatum.